Do you ever want to make a YouTube video, but it seems like something's always holding you back? Sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's anxiety, sometimes it's your family schedule, sometimes it's just because you feel freaking gross. I finally started posting on YouTube again, but I had to quit some things in order to mentally make way for that to happen. So today I'm going to share the 10 things I had to quit to finally start posting on YouTube again. And I hope that this helps you if you are feeling in a funk and you've got that weird wall stopping you from posting on YouTube too. By the way, this is day 6 of my YouTube challenge where I am posting every single day. It might have something to do with what we're talking about today, but also it is because I want to help you grow your audience and grow your impact. And if you want to follow along, all you have to do is check out the playlist that's on my homepage. The first thing I had to quit to start posting on YouTube again is a little ironic considering my entire career was based on television news. For well over a decade, I was in TV news, but I had to stop watching the news. It would distract me and it would send me down rabbit holes, and it was not good for me at all. I used to tell myself that you have to be in touch, like in tune with all the news. You need to know all the things. No, we don't. We don't need to know all the things. We need to focus on our things. There was a time when people didn't know all the things and they were doing a lot better. So I quit Instagram well over a year ago. Best thing. Like, I don't miss it at all. The constant scrolling, the constant need to always post to stay relevant. Instead, I went to Twitter, which is just a whole nother bag of toxicity. So I got Twitter off my phone. I had to quit Twitter because it was also distracting me, also leading me down rabbit holes, also causing lots of anxiety. Next thing I had to quit. I felt the pull a year ago to do a challenge for this very reason. And I lost sight of that. And I think it's because I was so distracted and feeling all that anxiety. But I kept feeling pulled to come back, still not knowing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here besides what I'm doing right now. And I know because of experience, and it's what I talk about all the time, you're not going to figure it out until you take action. And when you take action, it does not mean that you actually know where you're going all the time. You're just paying attention to the next step, the next person who crosses your path, the next person you can help, knowing on down the path, there's going to be a light, clarity showing you this is what you're supposed to do. So I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to myself right now. I had to stop avoiding the mission, avoiding the calling. I don't know if it has to do with my age or has to do with my background, or has to do with my perfectionist personality. But I kept telling myself that people my age didn't like, sounds terrible saying out loud, people my age didn't like my personality and my style. Like, I told myself I had to make everything more basic and boring. I don't think I used the word boring, but now when I think about it, I think that's what I was telling myself. Like, people our age don't want flashy. You better be boring or they're not going to want to watch. I used to do lots of creative videos. I used to go out and about and challenge myself to find ways to create videos and incorporate my daily activities. I started to resent that belief that people my age would not like my videos. And so then I started not having very much fun because I lost that creative spark. I lost that challenge. I got to get back to that. You got to get back to who you are. Stop avoiding it by telling yourself you have to be some certain way. It is smart to research and know what's working in your niche. Get ideas on topics and the way that you can package things. I did it to a fault. Like, I've got some pretty cringy videos on here because I was watching other people thinking, oh, I can do it like that. Oh, I can do this like that too. Oh, this week, I'm going to be this person. But I had to just literally stop watching and say, you're not allowed. You have to do it like you want to do it. I had to quit comparing myself to people in my niche. I am an all or nothing person. So consistency is all over the place. I'm either so consistent that I'm posting every day like I am now, or I take a break for 1 week and the break turns into 2 months. The nice thing about YouTube is you don't have to be as consistent as you do on other platforms, But consistency isn't just bad for your channel because you're not posting, or bad for your audience because they're no longer engaging. It's also bad because you lose sight of why you started this in the first place, and you lose that ability to come up with ideas, which leads me to the next thing that I quit. The next thing that I quit was not intentional. It's just that I stopped doing it by becoming more consistent with this challenge, by the way. I find, just like we talked about with action comes clarity, with action comes creativity, comes more ideas. So once you start, even though it's going to feel super squeaky, rusty, not good when you first start posting again or start posting in the first place, I promise you, those videos that you are doing, even though you don't feel like it or even though they feel awkward, they're actually paving the way for even better videos down the road. Not just because you're going to get better, but because you are conditioning your mind to start thinking that way. I stopped shutting down my imagination. Got to have fun in the process too, because if you don't, you won't enjoy it and then you won't be consistent. And plus, when you're not having fun on camera, people can feel that. So I used to say in television, if you're having fun on camera, your audience is having fun. And that's the same thing on YouTube. Even if you're talking about something serious, if you love what you do, if it lights you up to help people with your YouTube videos, you're having fun. And when you're having fun, they can feel that on the other end. I had to quit making it all about business and cranking it out because this is my marketing. Everybody has a busy schedule. Everybody has places to go, people to take care of. Everybody has trips in the summertime. Everybody gets sick. I'm not saying you should post when you're sick. I'm saying you have to start creating a flow with those things that you consider to be excuses as part of it. So if you have to record in your car, so be it. If you have to batch your videos before everybody else gets up in the morning, so be it. If you want YouTube to work, you have to be flexible. And I am fortunate that I do have the house to myself most of the day, and I can record in my laundry room, in my house shoes, but I also have a child in sports, and I have other things to do in my life besides create videos. And so instead of telling my husband, yeah, sorry, we're not going anywhere this weekend because I have to create my video, I just say, okay, when do we need to be there? And then if I have to get up early to create my video, I'll do it. I had to quit letting my schedule become an excuse. It is really hard for me as a perfectionist and an overachiever to get on here and tell you that I don't have it all together. In fact, somebody in my course yesterday was like, well, you sure do look like you have it all together on your videos. I'm like, well, that's because I'm a former news anchor and there was all kinds of chaos going on behind us while we were talking on camera. So I'm a little bit used to that. But I promise you, like, I have messy days, ugly days, nights I can't sleep. Like, I question everything I do. I'm praying in the middle of the night because I don't know what's happening in this world. And the biggest reason I keep showing up is because even though we're not all talking about it, like, we're all feeling that. And when you find your people, especially after COVID, when so many of us introverts, like, we were loving the isolation, and we just never got back to our regular lives after that. But we weren't wired to be by ourselves. We were wired for relationships. So that's where a lot of that anxiety is coming from. But when I get on here, when I get to be with my community inside my program every week, like, that is the highlight of my week. And I think about that. I think about people in my comments and how just me showing their channel on a video can help them in some way. I feel that connection. I missed that. We have to remember we are here to serve. We are here to invest in other people and trust God with the outcome. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. He's got something in mind, and I have no idea what it is, but it's going to be fun finding out. Now that we've got our mindset right, we've got to start talking about how we can record in easy breezy ways and come across as ourselves. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video right here. You'll see it when it's ready.